Well, hey man, this is Girls in Arms and Watches, baby. And this is about the, Mountain Hardware, man. One of them there, Mountain Hardware, man. Because we gotta have out there Mountain Hardware logo in it, man. And these are the Ghost Whisperer jackets. Now, what they are, they're lightweight down jackets. By lightweight, you wouldn't believe me if I told you how light they are. I know I've done videos on them before, but this is a 1 year later update on the two non-hooded jackets that we have. This black one and then this green one. Now this one's mine, of course. The black one's Mrs. Guns, Knives, and Watches, and I really like the green. But when I purchased these things list for $300 a piece. For the non-hooded, and $350 a piece for the hooded. In my real world estimation, unless you're going for a fashion statement that you're just going to wear to school or something, or or to a there's no need in paying $350. You can buy these things on closeout all the time from $130 for the non-hooded, and about $140 to $150. So I would go in somewhere in that price range, $130 to $150 a piece. Now you may not get the color you want, you may not get the size that you want, but that's just the way it is. I'll give you an example of that. You know, my first inclination was not to purchase this bright green jacket, even though I really do like it now. I would have much rather had something that's a little more subdued like this one. But for the price, I think I got this for $130. It's really great. Of course, these are down, lightweight, insulated layers. They can be exterior layers. The one thing about this down is it's treated with something that they're marketing as Q.Shield right there. And what that does is that gives the down the ability to get wet. And everything's better when it's wet, baby. It really is. Things don't get interesting till it starts raining. You're not training unless it's raining. That's just the way it works. So these hold some of their ability to have warmth even when wet, when traditional untreated down isn't. And that's really the basis of my judging the honest to God value of these items, because there is a lot of sewing in it, each stitch. There's not a lot of treated down in it. And if you can notice through this orange, because it's more of a translucent orange, you can see some of the darker feathers possibly on camera showing through. Now, let me see if I can make that work. Probably not. Anyway, it doesn't matter. But like I said, Mrs. Guns, Knives, and Watches got a small in this where she would normally wear an extra small. It's a little long in the sleeves, but for the price, you couldn't beat it. And then, of course, I got this more whatever type of green that it is. But if I was going to buy one, my recommendation is that you go with the hood, because there's such a small difference between the cost of the two. And people use these to hike the Appalachian Trail. They use them out on hiking. They use them all kinds of different things. And I carry, believe it or not, I carry a backpack all the time when I wear mine, and there's no real wear marks. Now, this is a micro ripstop, and I can't really show you that on camera because it seems as, or maybe I can. There's a micro ripstop pattern there, man. I don't know if that's showing up or not. And it's a very, very high thread count fabric, which gives it the ability, number one, your feathers aren't going to poke through, which in a lesser thread count, of course, they would. And also you get basically a strength factor similar to silk, okay, where you don't have the big thread like you do in like a Kevlar or like Nomex or any of that other kind of crap. Nomex is for fire rating, but Specterra, whatever, you know, you get the gist of the idea. So I would say these are really good coats. I highly recommend them. These are our favorites. They're extremely lightweight. They're extremely packable. Everything packs up in its own little pocket. You can see it's got a double zipper on it, and it just goes in relatively easy, without much fuss, without much this, that, or the other. And it just kind of eats itself, man. But that's basically what you're left with. And I'll even go through the effort of zipping it. Even though I have found that with these compressible coats and things like this, you really need to pull the zipper together to zip it, or else you basically wind up putting too much force on the zipper itself. That's pretty self-explanatory. This isn't rocket science or anything like that. And me hugging a tripod right now isn't exactly probably the best setup in the world. But let's see if I can do it on camera. It's not real till it's on film. Right. Anyway, about the size of my hand. Of course, I got rather large size hands, but it's just the way it is. Well, what else can I say? Told you the pricing, told you this, there, or the other. Of course, at 300 and 350, and if you're going to use these things, you're whacked out of your gourd. But that, you know, they're dumb people born every day. This is Guns, Knives, and Watches, and have a good one. Buy things when people don't want them. Don't buy them when they're in high demand. You know, buy last year's color, buy whatever, just do it correctly. One thing that I have noticed between the generations of these two, and probably I pulled the wrong one out, the older ones had elastic on the edge. Elastic, if it's really good quality, I don't have a problem with. The newer ones don't. They have just a basic wear strip there, which has very little flex in it. I don't know how that's going to actually, which one's going to wear out first or give up its ghost first, but these are wearing well. This is Guns, Knives, and Watches. Peace out.